Hello, hello friends! Welcome to createwithnancy.com. It's time for some creative ink. I'm Nancy Thompson, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Skaneateles, New York, and I welcome you to my craft room. So, where hopefully you're gonna feel, we're gonna create something, you're gonna leave inspired to go into your own craft space and create something to share with somebody else. So, let's spread that joy with all these beautiful creations we make and make the world a brighter and kinder place. So come on in, say hello, let me know. I'm a few minutes late. I was adjusting my camera and all this fun stuff. I thought I had lots of time. I just took the dog out before I started and got waylaid with all the ice in the driveway. I'm trying to get rid of the ice, so everyone who comes for classes on Friday will be safe in our driveway. We have so much ice, it is awful. But anyway, so speaking of Friday classes, there is room for anybody who's local to me and would love to come and do a class. My newsletter is going out, so you can check out the newsletter. Hopefully later tonight it'll be out. I'm slowly working on it, working through my way to getting that newsletter ready to go out tonight. I'm working on some new tutorials to add to it, and in that newsletter you can see all the latest classes that I have. So if you're new and are not a subscriber yet, go to my website at createwithnancy.com, hit the subscribe button, subscribe now, and two things will post up. You can subscribe to the blog post, or you can subscribe to the newsletter. So definitely the newsletter is where all the latest information is. The blog post subscription will email you to let you know that I have a new blog post up, and I haven't blogged in a bit. I just can't seem to get to it. So hopefully, I'm trying to turn a new leaf here. I've been knee deep in taxes, so I'm almost done. So anyway, so welcome Colleen and Betty. Colleen's in sunny Florida. I'm so jealous. She sent me a picture of her beautiful view that she has on the water. It's gorgeous, and there's nothing better than sunshine. And we're cloudy here too, Betty, here in central New York. But luckily, no rain, because we need that snow, especially up north, to melt slowly. The ice on my roof is finally gone away, so I feel better about that. Okay, let's get crafting, because that's why you're here. Snow and ice. Oh goodness. Well, we've had quite a bit of snow and ice. I mean, we have ice on our driveway like 3 to 4 inches deep. But it's a long driveway, so it takes a while for that. But up by the house, it's slowly melting. I'm seeing black. Hi Stella, welcome. It's good to see you here. I hope you're doing well. Okay, so let's get, because I have a few things I want to share with you guys first. So I gotta make sure you're in the that I have my screen right. Well, that's a little better. Okay, I am ready to go to my desktop. So I just want to remind you all, I'm sure you all remember, but Sale-a-bration is coming to an end on Friday at 11:59 p.m. So if you are still wanting some of these awesome Sale-a-bration rewards, you only have like 2.5 days to grab them, okay? And don't forget, there's more to celebrate as well. You know, I'm not sure what's available. I think the alphabet dies are unavailable right now, but I'm not sure on anything else. But there's some great things that you can take advantage of. We're not really using the stamp set today. We're using the dies in today's card. The beautiful butterfly dies today, along with some gorgeous Sale-a-bration paper that I absolutely love, and we've used it before, the Blooms Impressions paper right here on page 11 in the Sale-a-bration catalog. I love it, and it's just so bright and happy. And when you place a $50 or more order with me in my online store, you're going to get a card kit of supplies to create these 6 gorgeous cards. They're simple and easy. You'll get the punch pieces, but you will need a stamp set and ink to stamp whatever you want in the punch circle. You're going to get embellishments. You're going to get the designer paper. You'll get cardstock for the inside as well, and ribbon, to tie your bows, and designer paper for the envelope flaps. So it's a beautiful set of cards, and I hope you'll want it. And that's just with a $60 order. You'll get this as a thank you gift from me. So there's only a few more days to get that. So here's that beautiful butterflies stamp set. So I think this is still available, but you can check it out. You can choose this as one of your celebration items as well. And then grab the die set. The die set might be, this might be unavailable now that I'm looking at it. So it might be a poor choice. So what I love about this is it's got where you can create a hinge card with this butterfly. You would put this just above the fold, and then it would leave your card, so it would create a butterfly card shaped. Okay, so that's really cool. And it's got some some labels, and then we have another detailed butterfly as well, and then a larger butterfly body that goes with this one right here. Okay, but I kind of left this intact because I wanted to show you something when we get to it. So that's the butterfly bundle that we're using today, and then we're also using keeping tabs. Yeah, we're using that on this, right? I gotta look at no, we're not. This Friday's card. We're using this on Friday. Okay, so let's move that right out of the way. Hi, Shirley and Kathy and Wendy. Wendy's in Florida too. You guys, you guys flew the coop here. You're missing, well, it's been kind of warmed here, but at least the snow has stopped. Okay, so let's get started with our simple and easy card today. We're using a card sketch, and that will be in this week's newsletter, okay? And you're going to see how easy it is to be able to use some scraps. Did I do that? Oh, I've got two faces here. Let's get one out of the way. So we're using some simple scraps today. I broke this designer paper up, and because I like to use all the colors, all right? And so I created 4 cards using all the 12 colors. So we're using up our scraps. We got a piece for our envelopes. We'll set that aside. And then that's for our greeting. And then we have a piece of embossed coastal combatant here that I used. Yeah, what's the embossing folder I used? Oh, it's right here. But I wanted to just also, before we kind of get going, is because I've already done the embossing, but I want to remind you about the layering of embossing folders. So this is the exposed brick. I think that's what it's called. Normally I have them labeled. I think because this is my second one and I didn't create another label for it. So this is a 3D embossing folder. And then here is the Starstruck Embossing Folder. This is a celebration item, which leaves in like 2.5 days. And it creates these beautiful Starstruck images. But this is just a regular embossing folder. So I wanted to remind you about the sandwiching of using it. So if you have the new Stamp Cut and Emboss machine, it tells you exactly: use with thin dies, use with standard embossing folders, use with 3D embossing folders. Okay, so it creates it really easy way to sandwich this. So a standard folder is this thin one. That's the celebration item. So it tells me to use platform 1 right there, and then 3 platform 3s, okay, which are our clear cutting plates. So it's platform 1, one of these, and then we put our embossing folder with our cardstock in, and then a clear one over top, and then you run it through. So easy. Now, totally different because this is a thicker folder than that standard embossing folder. It's going to tell me just platform 1 and 4. And this one's labeled 4. So 1 and 4, we put our cardstock in and then sandwich it. You always create a sandwich. I see so many people, and I think this is what makes your embossing folders curve too. Like up, they get warped, is they put it on the very top and then run it through, because the rollers just kind of start making that embossing folder roll right up like like it's rolling with the rollers. It wants to follow the same path. So it's always important to create the sandwich, okay? And if you're die cutting, we'll kind of go on a little bit more. As long as we're talking about sandwiching, when you're die cutting, your die cuts, generally the rule of thumb is they're facing down. So it's cardstock, die, facing down, and then another clear plate, okay? And also number 2, you would have number 2 on here as well, okay? But I use a magnetic platform that we've had, so I don't need a number 2, but if you're using this platform, you need the number 2, okay? Okay, so hopefully that helps give you guys a little refresher course about creating your sandwiches with your machine, because you don't want to have to replace that machine if you don't have to, right? And speaking of that, the standard cut, the die cut and emboss machine is a great time to get it during celebration if you don't have one, because it's $130 and that qualifies you for 2 free items. So it's a great time to order, everyone. Okay, so we have just a plain thick basic white cardstock that's 4 1/4 by 11 inches, okay, and I scored it 5 1/2. Thick cardstock, it's a good idea to score. It just helps keeping your score line from cracking, that card base from cracking. Okay, so our cardstock here is 1 1/2, I believe. You know, I didn't write down these measurements, or did I? I think it's 1 1/2. Yes, it's 1 1/2 by 5 1/4, and it's Coastal Cabana. And as I said, it's already dry embossed with that exposed brick embossing folder. So we're going to just bring this all the way over to the edge, okay? Now, if you're like, I'm going to kind of start talking about sketches, and I wish I had done the sketch. I didn't get to that. Because I'm kind of, so when you see the sketch, you'll see that we have a panel here and we have the things here. If you kind of just started with this panel, then you could figure out what sizes you want these other strips to be, because I know I only want to go to 4 inches wide on this because I want a nice 1/8 border all the way around, and then I want a little bit of space in between, okay? So I'm going to just kind of arrange my panels. So this is how it's going to look, okay? I'm going to have these bottom 2 line up with the bottom, so it creates a nice thing. And then I'm going to just, you know, space them out in between, okay? So let's start with our 2 bottom panels. And these are 1 1/4 by 2 1/2 inches. And I can remember that because I had to go and recut some because I made them too big when I was creating samples. So we've got one down there, and this is really a quick card. You could make multiples of these all at once, which we all love to do, right? I love to have multiple cards on hand. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, so we've got these 2 adhered. I really want to make sure I have these kind of spaced nicely apart. And it, you know, they don't have to be perfect. You just get them the best you can. So I'm going to just kind of leave that in there. And if you need to, you could use a sticky note or whatever to hold them in place until you get them all glued down. Okay, so I'm just butting that up against the edge of this Coastal Cabana piece. So Wendy, I hope you're doing something fabulous down there and enjoying the sunshine. I'm sure you are, or just plain relaxing, because I know you guys really got hit with the snow where you were from. Okay, so we've done that. So here's pretty much our sketch. Isn't that kind of like a really simple and easy sketch to do? Okay, we're gonna add a piece of this on here, and then this. This is where I embossed with that Starstruck Embossing Folder. And I can't remember these. I think this is 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. So this will be 2 5/8 by 3 5/8, the Blackberry Bliss. And it's just kind of fun to mix and match some of the colors. You could make it all monochromatic if you wanted to. I mean, you could definitely like just stick with these two patterns here and then make that like Blackberry Bliss or Petunia Pop and keep this Blackberry Bliss. So there's just lots of ways that you could have fun doing this card sketch. I should make some that are monochromatic. Oh, there's just so much to do, but I need to write a blog post first, right? Okay, but maybe you could make some and then let me know, and then share your alternate samples with me. Okay, let's see. Let's just layer these two together. Oh, good. I'm so glad it's sunny and warm and you have a beautiful room facing the Gulf. That is just awesome. Okay, so we are going to add some dimensionals to this. And I've got a ton of edges, so I'm on to using up some of my edge dimensionals. Okay. I feel like I got to sneeze. Okay, so watch out for a post, probably tomorrow, or it could even be Friday morning. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to post it. Asking for input on Friday's project, okay? I just want some help with the color coordination. So if you guys can decide what color combination we should use for our project, I would love it. Always love feedback. Okay, this is the older brush that we used to carry, but there's a newer one that fits onto the end of our Take Your Pick tool. And I keep forgetting to order one until I go to need it, right? It just, this end, well, either end, this end will pop out. Yes, I think it will pop out. It should pop out. Oh yeah, okay, this unscrews and then the brush screws into there, okay? And then you can use it to get rid of all these things out of your butterfly. So look how easy that makes it, so you're not having to poke everything out. So you might have to poke a few things, and then you can use the other tip on the end to pop it out. I didn't use, I haven't felt like I needed to use wax paper with this yet, but wax paper definitely makes this pop out so much easier. And then you can poke out the rest of the pieces of paper that's stuck into your die, because you do want to kind of keep them cleaned out because it helps with the sharpness of your die. Thanks, Wendy. Oh, hopefully you're just taking a break from the sunshine, right? Hopefully that, you know, it's like strawberry season down there. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Are strawberries out yet? Or oranges? I don't know when oranges come out. Okay, so we've got our beautiful butterfly all popped out, and let's see, I got one little guy left over here. So we're going to just add this to the front of our card. Just adding a little bit of glue in the center of the butterfly, and we're going to just angle him a little bit. And then give that a minute for him to glue down. And I had thought about making his body a different color, but I don't know, I guess I was lazy to grab another scrap piece of paper, but you could definitely make his body a different color. We're going to go monochromatic with that. Okay, so I have a 3/8 strip of basic white cardstock for our greeting, and we're going to use, I'm trying to think, is there a happy birthday? Yeah, I got the happy birthday from this stamp set, so we are using this stamp set. So we're going to just stamp this. Anybody do this? I angled it because it's just not quite wide enough so I can see my greeting a little bit better on that cardstock. There we go. Let's get rid of that guy, and we are going to, I need a pair of scissors. I'm going to just cut off some of this excess because I'm going to go into the end here, right up the middle, and angle. I'm not using a punch today, guys. And just angle our ends, okay? I feel like that's angled. We'll just leave it. Okay, let's go here. Maybe we'll fix it. I angled it too much. I didn't want it too deep of an angle. That's why I use a punch. I feel like, let's just angle this guy a little bit more. I might just keep butchering him, right? We're gonna leave it. Okay, so we've got that. We're gonna need some mini dimensionals. We're gonna use 3 just to put on our butterfly here. Here we go. And we're gonna just plop that right in the middle. Okay, and let's see, I've already tied a bow, but I need a mini glue dot. Sometimes it's just easier to take your pick tool and just grab it, because I don't want it very big, and you can kind of fold it over a little bit easier to create less of a big circle, so it hides behind the knot of your twine here. Okay, there we go. We're almost done here. Whoops, I forgot another thing. Nancy, hang on. We're gonna need, we need a strip of petunia pop here, just 1/8 of an inch for the inside of our card. There we go. Okay, so let's add some designer paper here. You could do like a whole quarter sheet and, you know, a colored cardstock, and then add some white if you wanted to. But we're gonna just go easy and just use what's on this base. Here we go. And then we'll trim off the back side. And then, oh, I got another one in there. I must have had 2 of those bodies. Okay, and then let's add a little bit more glue here. I felt like it took me forever to make up these samples because I kept debating on, oh, it was so hard with color. Sometimes color choices are really hard because I was trying to make them all, you know, be used. And what looked good together. So what do you think? Was my choice good with the color samples? I'll show you all 3 in a second. Let's get rid of some garbage here. Okay, look at that. We need to finish off with some bling though. So here's another celebration item. These are the purple adhesive sequins, and these are fabulous. There's like pinky, purples, whites, and you know, like a light pink. I have several packages of these, but I'm trying to use up before I start another one. But there's like a light pink, a purpley kind of pinkish, like kind of like an opaque iridescent type pink. You can see lots of colors. I see like a green, pink, and purple in the whitish colors, and then this darker pink, which kind of like is good. But can you see those colors, all the different shades in there? Very versatile. But we're gonna go with these lighter purpley pinks, I think. And what did I do? Oh, I forgot. I was gonna do something and I totally forgot. I was gonna do some blending here. I'll show it on my sample, and let's see. That looks good. Just felt like it was a lot of starkness, but you guys can help me decide if you like it with the blending or without. Okay, let's do our envelope, and we need to, forgot one more thing. I feel like, is that a, one's not. I die cut this little tiny butterfly here, and We're going to just add him right here. And then let's add another sequin here. Let's see, what color do we want? Do we want that? Lots of times I just kind of hold this up. Let's go with the white. Here we go. I'm going to just put a sequin there. All right. Now I think that's finished. Okay, so let's add our envelope flap onto here. And we'll do this. And Cooper's, Jack just got home, so he's trying to get Cooper to go out, but he was just out, Jack, okay? So he might not want to go out again. He's getting old. He's going to be 15 in a few more weeks. Oh my goodness. It's hard to believe that he's showing his age, that's for sure. Oh, he likes to be a couch potato for sure. He's getting his bedding washed today. Okay. There we go. We have a beautiful ensemble. What do you guys think? Look at that. Beautiful card. I don't know, you know, do you guys like this layout, this card sketch? All right. So here it is. So tell me, do you like it with the blending brush on the white or without? Let me know in the comments. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. Oh, Wendy, I'm just reading comments. Oh, Strawberry Festival. Oh, yum. We probably aren't going, but oh, that sounds lovely. Hopefully the strawberries are a little bit cheaper down there than they are up here. And you can enjoy some. Kathy, oh, good. I'm glad you love the colors. Dyes are in stock. Are the dyes in stock yet? I don't know. I'll have to check. I don't think they are. I didn't get a chance to check. Everything just changes so quickly. So, do you like it with the blending or without? Okay, let me know in the comments. And then let me share with you the other color combinations I came up with. So we've got this color with a Melon Mambo and some Daffodil Delight and then a Coastal Cabana butterfly here. Isn't that so bright and happy and cheery? And then we have this one. We've got some Blueberry Bushel, Melon Mambo, and a Daffodil Delight butterfly. So that's using all 12 of the patterns, okay? So you can easily create and have fun, use up those celebration sequins. It's a great way to use up your designer paper, especially if you have scraps, because these are only 1.5 inch wide strips, and then just fill it in with some cardstock. You could alternate it with cardstock as well. So if you didn't have a ton of colors, you know, to make it a little bit more monochromatic, that would work good. Just change out some of these designer papers for cardstock and emboss it. I think it would look really good as well. So I think you could have fun just wherever your creativity leaves you, right? So if you're loving some of this stuff, there's my February house code. Use that to grab my thank you gift with a $60 or more order. You're going to get my thank you gift that I showed at the beginning of the video. I'll bring those in one more time. You're going to get supplies to make 6 cards. And they're a lot of fun. I love these papers. I'm so glad they have some bright, happy celebration papers. Of course, there's a lot more other stuff. So thanks, Kathy. I'm glad you like them. So yeah, and there's changes coming to the online store, so you never know. It's supposed to be getting more user-friendly. Stampin' Up! Is winding down with finishing up this brand new website that they have to make the online store easier. You're going to be able to see our suites. So like if you pick the butterfly stamp set, it's also, when you pick that, it's also going to list in the description that it coordinates, it's part of a bundle. So that way you don't miss out ordering your bundle pricing as well. And yeah, so So come back on Friday. We're doing a fun fold with this paper and butterflies, and you're going to love it. It's going to be an easy one to create with, and I'm working on the tutorial for it. All right. So that might be in next week's paper or newsletter. All right. So, and I've got other samples to share with you with, let me see if I can grab this. Remember, this was last week's right here. I'm going to share some, because I did some more stamping with this sketch. And so I've got more samples to share with you in this week's newsletter. All right. So make sure you grab that if you haven't signed up. Remember, it's right here. You can go to createwithnancy.com and hit that subscribe button. So, okay, enjoy the rest of the day. Get out and go for a walk. It's mild here. The wind's a little windy, chilly, but not bad. And that's if you have a safe place to walk. I started to walk up to the mailbox, turned around because of all the ice. So, and if you want to attend Friday's card class, give me a message, shout out. So there's openings for you to attend. All right.